So today is January 22nd. It is about 1:15 in the afternoon. So we are currently 41 weeks and 2 days. Pretty over kind of the whole waiting game. But I guess that's what you get when you have a natural home birth. My midwives have repeatedly told me that there is a different mindset when it comes to home birth. And so I guess I have to believe that that is true. Home births normally take a little bit longer than hospital births. And so just to recap, my previous 3 children were born in hospital. One at 38, one at 38 in some days, and then one at 39 in some days. And so I kind of just assumed that this baby would be that early as well. And so we were ready for this baby like a month ago. I was concerned that he was going to come on Christmas, and then I was concerned that he was going to come on New Year's. And so it's just, he's going to come when he is ready. I did an update last week about being 40 weeks, kind of how I was feeling with that. Things haven't really changed a whole lot. I am like a 6 now, dilated. My appointment last week with the midwives, they checked me, and we were a 6, dilated, and I was almost 100% effaced, so that is encouraging news. However, for the past couple days, I've just had these clusters of contractions. Some of them are pretty intense, some of them are just, the little period cramps. And so I know that my body is not idle. We went to church this morning. It was really important that we went because I hadn't been for the past 2 or 3 weeks, just because I didn't know what was happening. And if you've been following me, we had 2 false labors the past 2 Saturdays, which is oddly enough both on Saturdays. And so the next day on Sunday, I just didn't have the energy to get up and go to church. And I felt that this week it was necessary, because I feel like when you are isolated from your church, and yes, church is not a building and all of that, but there is something special, I think, about corporate worship where you have all of the voices of the believers lifting up their hearts to the Lord. And I guess I was just missing that. And so we went to church this morning, and it was wonderful. And I had a bunch of people pray over me, and they laid hands on my belly, and it was really beautiful. And obviously I'm emotional. I'm a mess. I'm just a mess. But I'm just kind of getting to the point now where I have to say to myself, this is all in God's time. My husband and I have tried all the tricks. Guys, we've tried everything that you could possibly tell us to do. And that doesn't really help, because it's not God's timing yet. And so knowing that is just it's comforting, because it's there's nothing else that I can try, and now I just have to give it up, and I have to surrender, which I think is the hardest part, especially for me. I'm I wouldn't call myself a huge control freak, but there is a certain level of control that has to be given up during birth in general, just because you're not operating on your time. Baby has things that has to happen, and they have to be ready to come. And so our son is just not ready yet, and that's really hard for me to wait and just be patient. Again, we're 41 weeks and 2 days, and so it's hard not to just continuously have a clock, right? Continuing every morning I wake up and I'm still pregnant, and it's just you have to set your mind right, and it's really hard. And I fail most of the time. I usually end up crying at the end of the day. I'm going to be really honest with that. Just because I go through the day, I'll have a few contractions. nothing will really happen when I lay down. There's just all this pressure down there. And so, like, every time I get up to go to the bathroom, like, I feel like my water's going to break, and it never does. And so, just continuously being let down like that is just, it's an emotional roller coaster, and I'm absolutely exhausted. It's really hard, again, just to have, all the thoughts and things like that. And so I've been trying to watch a lot of like positive home birth stories and just rewire my mind, and thinking of the positives of the situation. I spent the last 3-4 weeks in this just terrible headspace of, why isn't God allowing me to have a baby? Like, why is it taking so long? All those things. But, every situation has a positive side. And so I'm trying to find mine every day. And so at the end of the day, if there's still not a baby, I say to myself, thank you for letting us go another day with this season of life. Because most of my children are, for the most part, self-functional. My 3-year-old is, still a handful, but, they're all potty trained. They all can occupy themselves so that I can sit down here and rock for, 20 minutes. Like, I don't have to be holding a small human all the time or nursing all the time. And so that is a blessing, is that, we get to spend another day as a family of 5. And that will very, very soon change, and I know that. And so, again, just finding the positives every day is helping me to kind of deal with the disappointment and the feelings of just not having a baby. I have my next midwife appointment on Tuesday. And so I'm sure at that point, if I'm still pregnant, we'll talk about some other things. But you can hear my girls upstairs on the baby monitor. I think that's funny. I don't know. I just feel like I'm complaining all the time. But I'm really excited, and I want baby here, not as like a selfish thing, but like I want to hold my baby, and I want to see his eyes and hold his hands and his feet and look at his little toes. And I just want to have that time with him and start our family, our new family dynamic, the family of 6. Again, this channel is called The Transparent Homeschool, and that's because I don't really want to hide anything from you guys. I don't think that is productive. I don't think that is real. And so this is what real, I guess, Beth looks like, is just, I've had 2 false labors, and I'm completely discouraged. Again, going to church this morning, I think, helped a lot, because the sermon was actually about something similar. And so that's kind of where we're at right now, is just waiting for baby. I decided 2 days ago that I am going to start going back to normal life. I had around 3 weeks of my mom and my sister here, so I didn't have to do school because my sister also homeschooled, so she just kind of took over and taught her daughter with my kids. And my mom was here to do the laundry and the dishes, which was amazing. And so I got a lot of downtime to relax my body, but obviously that didn't work. So I'm just trying to pick back up, and tomorrow we'll start school. We'll go back to kind of just the way our daily life worked and see kind of where that leads us. I'll keep you guys updated, and just this is what I guess real life looks like, when you're not in a hospital setting. Pregnancy, or I guess labor and birth, don't always follow the same timeline that you have. I've had 2 false labors. This started about 2 weeks ago, so we've been kind of in this limbo land of contractions and pressure and dilation, and then all kinds of stuff. So I'm gonna stop talking, because I could just keep talking about this forever. This pregnancy content is real, and it's as real as I can be. And so if you guys want to see more of that, like this channel and subscribe to it so you don't miss any future videos. Hopefully the next one is a birth vlog, a real one, not a false alarm this time. But yeah, so I'm gonna I'm gonna go have some lunch and finish out the rest of our Sunday. And thank you guys for watching. I'll see you later. Bye.